Bring him out.
Bring him out. It is.
You can restart if you want, I guess.
Do they want me to restart?
I didn't. Well, they're wanting to do the fall, but I think it's kind of pointless.
I was gonna say it's about as good as it's gonna get, I guess. Just go. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's puffing out.
Like, just do what the Miami Hurricanes used to do. Just get a fire extinguisher and do
Hey,
it.
there you go.
With the leisurely jog onto the field by Tug Valley.
I'm not playing it until they pick up. As soon as they pick up the sign, I'm playing. Should I go ahead and start it?
We
Welcome back, everybody, here for our final game of this afternoon in this semifinal playoff Sunday, as the 2 and 3 seeds getting set to do battle to see who will take on the powerhouse Mingo in the championship next week. As Tug Valley will kick it away, ball muffed a little bit near midfield, but Danville able to fall on top of it, and they'll start out near midfield on their first possession of the game. We said Danville blew out Gilbert in their quarterfinal matchup last Sunday. Tug Valley was able to advance in a thriller over Chapmanville, 26-22, down in Chapmanville last Saturday night. Again, that was a game Tug Valley trailed 8-0 at the end, near the end of the first half, scored on a Hail Mary and a 2-point conversion on the last play of the first half to tie the game at 8. Chapmanville held the lead all the way through the second half. As first play from scrimmage, rolling near side, pass completed to Belcher. Belcher will take off inside the 35, and that'll be a first down as Brenniger able to complete the opening pass of the game. But Tug Valley trailed 22-14 with under a minute to go, scored a touchdown, missed the 2-point conversion. And then Tug Valley had no choice but to try and recover the onside kick, which they did, and then went down and scored the go-ahead touchdown with 25 seconds left to defeat Chapmanville in that thriller and save their season. Brenniger brings them to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for Danville. Brenniger will keep it coming near side. Has some people out there in front. Brenniger stays in bounds inside the 20, runs over a man at the 15, and barrels his way inside the 10. What a run by Nathan Brenniger, and it's 1st and goal now for Danville.
First down.
Tore off 23 yards on that carry, and Danville looking to make an opening statement here on this drive. Brenniger all alone in the backfield here on 1st and goal. He'll keep it up the gut, pushing forward, and he'll get down to about the 6-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal here for the Hawks. And they'll spot him officially at the 7, so a 2-yard pickup and all. Belcher had to get his shoes tied as he comes back into the huddle. Again, this is the oldest group of the 3, the 10 and 11-year-olds. It's on 2nd and goal from the 7. Belcher takes the snap. He'll rush into the line, pushes forward, and he'll get down to about the 2 for a pickup of 5 on the carry. Now 3rd and goal upcoming here for the Hawks.
You guys are supposed to look at the graphic.
The clock messed up again.
Oh, I had Sherman up there. They're not playing Sherman.
Oh. That's okay. No one will ever know.
Now here come the Hawks to the line of scrimmage. As we said, they've got a plethora of options down here. As Belcher will go under center. He'll hand it off right up the gut, pushing forward, and Riston White is into the end zone. Touchdown, Danville. So an opening statement made by the Hawks as they go 51 yards and score on their opening drive. Now they'll go for 2. Try and push this to an 8-0 lead. Belcher will give it off on the inside, and not going to get there is Xander Kennedy as he's brought down shy of the goal line. And it is a 6-0 lead for Danville with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football action right here on Video Productions. As Pierce will kick it off towards the near side. Tug Valley let it go and just gets out of bounds as Belcher was on a dead sprint to try and get that ball before it went out. But Tug Valley will get possession for the first time here today. And again, we don't have a roster sheet for Tug Valley's A team, so we apologize if we don't get every name out there to you. Again, there's a few that I remember, but unfortunately may not get every name out there if we don't get a roster sheet. Again, they called for one from the Tug Valley side right around kickoff, but I'm not certain if they have one or not. So like we said, we apologize if we don't get every name out to you. But now the Panthers get their first look at it here as Evans will go under center. Hands it off in the backfield, and Stroud has nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play of about 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 as Luke Halley able to make the stop. Again, Tug Valley had a strong running game last week against Chapmanville. Stroud had a good game. But we know Evans can throw the ball as well. And that's what he'll do here on 2nd and 12. Fires downfield, but his receiver wasn't quite ready on that play as he was still in his route. So Evans may have had to hurry that. But now it'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Panthers as they operate from their own 41-yard line. Again, a couple weeks ago in the regular season finale, Tug Valley lost against Mingo Central 38-6 in that game. There was 3 pick sixes for Mingo in that game. That decided who was going to be the 1 and 2 seed in the tournament, and Evans' throw incomplete. He tried to find Stroud, and now it's going to be 4th down and 12 as Danville a strong 3 and out here to get things started. And let's see what Tug Valley elects to do here on 4th down. Again, you got a 4th and 12, and punting is something that does occur in A team. Doesn't happen in C team, but it does in A and B. But if they don't convert here, they're giving Danville a short field to try and operate with. But it looks like Tug Valley's going to roll the dice and go for it here on 4th down and 12, as they're going to put 4 receivers to the or to the near side. Evans all alone in the backfield here. So he'll take the snap, rolls that way, fires short to Brumfield, hook and ladder play to Stroud. He's got the 1st down, and that'll keep the drive alive. What a call by the Panthers in order to keep this drive moving on 4th and 12. And they get it all the way down to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 18 on that play. So with the season on the line, no point in holding anything back right now if you've got it in your bag. And Tug Valley goes into it right away here to start this game. So we hit the midway point of the first quarter. 6-0, Danville leads it after scoring on their opening drive. It's Evans. Hands it off here on 1st down. Not a whole lot of real estate to work with. That's maybe a yard on that carry. And it looks like they're going to give him progress to the 39, so pickup of 2 overall. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Tug Valley. 3:22 and counting here in the first quarter. Evans out of the shotgun. 3 backs in the backfield with him. Looks to swing it over for Stroud. Dangerous play, and it gets blown up in the backfield. Halley, what a hit by him as he lays the hammer down back at the 44-yard line. And that was nearly even more disastrous than it was at the end of the play as Brenniger came through, nearly deflected that ball away, and that was a backward pass. So if that would have been tipped away, that would have been a live ball. So fortunately for Tug Valley, it was completed, but unfortunately for the receiver, it led him right into Luke Halley, who just teed off on him. So it'll be 3rd down and 13 now for the Panthers. So they were in 3rd and 4th and long moment ago and were able to get out of it. Hodge comes on late here for the Panthers. Once again, they'll go with 4 receivers to the bottom, just as they did on the 4th and 12 play a moment ago. Instead, they're going to run a little reverse here to Brumfield. Brumfield trying to weave his way through traffic, gets upfield, but he's going to get spun down inside the 40-yard line at about the 39. Yes, Kennedy made the stop. It's pick up a 5. It'll be 4th down and 8 now for the Panthers. And once again, they will go for it here. Evans jogs back to the huddle with 1:20 left here in the first period. Now late substitution coming on here for the Panthers. So Evans will be in the pistol here as he'll take the high snap, looking downfield, steps up, fires, tipped, and incomplete as a flag comes in. And it's going to be against Tug Valley, it appears. They say an illegal man downfield against the Panthers. So that penalty will be declined, and Danville will take over on downs with 58 seconds to go in the first quarter. There's a good attempt there, but a great tipped pass knocked it away. Brumfield would have had the yardage for the first down, but instead Danville takes over now with this 6-0 lead. After a very strong opening drive going right down the field as Brenniger rolls out, looks into the flat, completes it to Belcher, and Belcher tries to cut upfield but brought down by Evans. After about a gain of 5 on the play, it'll be 2nd and 5. Again, both teams able to throw the ball a little bit more this week. Last week was just nearly impossible trying to throw the ball. It was a big rainstorm, a lot of wind all over the place. Running the ball was crucial last week, but now these teams can try and operate their normal offenses a little bit more as Brenniger will take it himself to the weak side, has a lot of room and a first down inside the 40 before he finally steps out of bounds at about the 36-yard line with 13 seconds left in the period. Now, Brenniger's just a big old boy to try and get to the ground as they wind the clock with 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line, and that is where the first quarter will come to an end with Danville leading Tug Valley 6-0. We'll be back after this break as you are watching Youth League semifinal football action right here on Video Productions.
Why choose Thornhill Auto Group?
It starts with selection.
10 quality brands.
All from a name you've trusted for years.
Plus, a great selection of pre-owned.
And don't forget, practically every vehicle we sell comes with Thornhill's Value Plus warranty.
It's coverage you can count on.
Come experience a better way to buy
at Thornhill Auto Group.
What we do here is more than just a job. We make a lasting impact every day. The architecture, engineering, and field services professionals at Thrasher are providing the know-how to make projects successful. Whether you're just starting out or looking to advance, you'll find career paths that align with your goals and a company that...
Start of quarter number 2 here from Scott High School, and it starts with a flag right away, so it'll be a false start against Danville. Again, in our 2 previous games today, Logan defeated Chapmanville in B-team action in that semifinal, 12-6 in overtime, as Logan was able to commit or force 4 turnovers on the game from Chapmanville and able to win that game in overtime on that 3rd and goal run. And then Danville's C team eliminated Sherman 28-14 as they're on to the finals on that side. The A team trying to do the same for Danville as here comes Belcher, cuts inside the 30, spins backwards, stays on his feet as he gets down to the 25, and he'll have the first down on a 17-yard run. And right now Danville getting almost anything they want on the ground thus far in this contest. Again, the winner faces off against Mingo next week. And that is going to be a heavy hill to try and climb, as that Mingo Central team has not lost a game in nearly 3 years now. So Brenniger will keep it up the gut, pushing forward. So that's just an old school rugby play right into the line and see what you can get. And Brenniger's able to push forward for about 3 yards. And I'd say if you've got a chance at beating that Mingo Central team, you've got to be able to run the football and occupy the clock. Again, Tug Valley just fell behind so quickly against them over in Lenore a couple of weeks ago. They really didn't have a choice but to keep throwing the ball, but with all that athleticism and team speed of Mingo, able to get 3 pick sixes in that game as Brenniger rolls out to the far side, looking deep downfield. Got a man out there, but incomplete as he tried to hook up with Xander Kennedy. And it'll be 3rd down and 7 now for the Hawks with 6:42 to play in the first half. Again, Brenniger's been right on the money on all 3 of his pass attempts so far. Again, you do see them change things up with Brenniger and Belcher from time to time in the backfield. You've also got Riston White, who's played quarterback as well for Danville. So they've got all sorts of different options they can go to. So Brenniger will be in the shotgun here on 3rd and 7. He'll roll to the high side, looking to throw or take off one or the other. He will throw, looking for Belcher, and incomplete. Nice hit on the outside that time to help jar that ball free. As looked like Silas Brumfield maybe the one that helped break that up. And now it'll be 4th down and 7 for Danville. So if Danville doesn't pick up this first down, they may lament that they went away from the running game on this series after they've been running so effectively. This could be a huge stop for Tug Valley if they're able to come up with it, as Danville has pretty well dominated play so far, but still only a 6-0 game. Brenniger will take it out of the shotgun here on 4th down. Looking to throw, fires into the flat and off the hands of Halley and incomplete. So 3 straight incompletions, and Tug Valley takes over on downs. So like we said, they abandoned the running game after 1st down and had 3 straight incompletions. And Tug Valley very thankful now as they get the ball back. Now can the Panthers capitalize on it with 6:31 to go here in the first half? And again, Tug Valley gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter as well, as Danville got the opening possession of this game, as it'll be a direct snap to Stroud. He'll take off to the outside, and a flag comes in as Stroud got out to about the 34. for a gain of 2. But let's see what the flag is. It came in right at the snap. And it'll be a hold against Tug Valley, so this will back them up 10 yards. Panthers will be pinned inside the 15-yard line at the 12. It's now Evans. Takes a snap. He'll drop the throw, fires into the flat, and incomplete as it looked like Stroud was looking where he was going to run with the ball before he caught it. And you can tell just by his reaction how mad he is at himself. So he was trying to look for space to take off to before he ever caught the ball. And it'll be 2nd down and 20 now for Tug Valley. Again, it's going to be tough for either side to throw the ball downfield deep today just because of how good and quick the corners are. As Evans will throw short and completes this one to Brumfield. So he'll pick up about 8 yards. And those are the type of routes and plays that can be effective today for either side if they go to the air. Again, just some of these short intermediate passes. See if one of your athletes can make a play and break free. That gets Tug Valley out to the 21-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down and 11 now. If they don't convert here, it'll be interesting to see what Tug Valley elects to do. These Panthers will put 4 receivers up top, nobody to the bottom as Evans will roll that way, looks, fires short, and completes it to Brumfield. As they get about half the yardage that they need. It'll be 4th down and about 5 now. But if they don't convert here, then Danville's got the ball deep in Tug Valley territory. Will they punt here? Looks as if they've kept the offense on the field at the moment, and Tug Valley's going to roll the dice again here on 4th down. If you're Danville, you want to look for a hard count here as well. They'll snap it, give it off to Stroud. They try and sneak the run by. He's hit at the 31, and he didn't get there. He'll be a yard short, and Danville will take over on downs. Again, that was a good play call, I thought, right there, just trying to sneak the run by, and Stroud had some open space, but Dakota Kennedy able to make the saving tackle and gets the turnover on downs with 4:27 to go in the first half. So now Danville comes back out here after turning the ball over on downs themselves on the last series. And now we've got movement all over the place. So this will be a false start against Danville. Looked like maybe even Belcher was confused on what the snap was supposed to be there. As he came to the sideline, kind of threw his arms in the air, like I don't know if everybody knew what we were supposed to go on. Belcher will stay in at quarterback here. Likely a running play with him at quarterback, and that's what it'll be. He'll keep it off the left side, found a crease, got through it inside the 30 and stumbles down to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 11. So it'll be 2nd and 4 now as Belcher got the penalty yardage back plus 6 more. And this is where Danville's done their damage so far, is on the ground, as Tug Valley's not really been able to slow them down. They get Brinegar back in at quarterback. Again, he's a dual threat. He'll roll out, looks to throw against his body here downfield and incomplete as Brumfield able to break it up as he was trying to go for Jackson Smith. And now to be 3rd down and 4. And again, we talked about it. Danville's been most effective when they've been running the ball here today. That's 4 straight incompletions they've had. If they can get a score on the board here, then you really put Tug Valley in a tough spot with as well as Danville's defense plays. Yeah, if I got Brinegar right here, I just keep the ball in his hands and take him to the corner and just let him run over somebody. And he'll roll to the far side, and that's what he'll do this time. He's got the 1st down and more. Down inside the 15 and steps out. Let's see where they spot him at. Right at the 10, it looks like. So that'll be a 1st down, and now 1st and goal to go for the Hawks. They're knocking on the door again here, trying to take a 2-score lead. With 3:29 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Brinegar will stay in at quarterback here out of the shotgun. Belcher goes in motion. They fake it to him. Brinegar keeps it. Stiff arms one man, gets down to about the 8. So pick up 2, close to 2.5 yards on the carry. That play will likely bring us down under 3 minutes to go in the 1st half. Both teams, all their timeouts still at their disposal at the moment. Halley in the backfield with Brinegar here. They give it off to Belcher. Belcher cuts inside, gets away inside the 5, fighting forward, and he's spun down by Holyfield at about the 2-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and goal now for Danville. They'll spot it at the 3. So 2 chances to try and punch it in from 3 yards out and take a 2-touchdown lead on this possession. Belcher will go under center. Gives it off to White, pushes forward, and White into the end zone. Touchdown, Danville. 12-0, the Hawks lead it with 2:03 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Like we said, they've just been winning up front this entire 1st half. Now a chance to go for 2 again. They were unsuccessful on their first try. They give it off to White, running essentially the same play this time, but Tug Valley ready for it, and they're able to stuff it right about the 1.5-yard line. But it's a 12-0 lead for Danville with 2:03 to go in the half. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football action right here on Video Productions. 12-0, Danville leads it as they're set to kick off. This will be a little squibber near side. It's going to go 10 yards, and Brumfield has to dive on top of it at the last minute. That was like a Plinko chip, and Price is right. That thing just kept sliding and moving all over the place. It didn't look like it was going to get 10 yards, then it did, and Brumfield heads up play, able to dive on top of it once he realized it had gone the 10 yards. So now Tug Valley will get the ball, good field position. And they are in desperate need of a score right now with 2:01 to go in the first half. Again, they get the ball, Tug Valley does, to start the third quarter. So if they could get a score here, then they could have a chance for a 2-for-1 to open up the second half. But moving the ball has been a difficulty so far against this Danville defense, and there's a big reason why. As Nathan Brenniger once again there to disrupt Evans, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Tug Valley sends in a substitution here with a play call. And get a lot of the shorter passes for Evans. Have been successful for Tug Valley today. But those are some of the areas where if you're Tug Valley, you kind of want to attack just some of those quick hitters right now and then see if it opens up something later on. They'll hand it off to Stroud on 2nd and 10. He runs into the line, and he's not going to get anything hardly. They're going to give him some forward progress out to about the 49-yard line, and that's it. And Tug Valley's going to call a timeout here with 1:47 to go in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Video Productions. Third down and 8 for Tug Valley as they use their first timeout. Evans will roll out, fires downfield, dangerous and almost intercepted. That had pick 6 written all over it as Smith couldn't come up with it. And he just looks to the heavens after that, thinking you're not going to get a much better gifted pick 6 in your life. And I think Smith was actually surprised it just came right to him on that play as it looked like miscommunication between Evans and Brumfield. And now you're facing a 4th and 8 with 1:43 to go, and Tug Valley burned that timeout too, which saved a lot of the clock, and Danville has all 3 of their timeouts. So if Tug Valley doesn't convert here, Danville's going to have plenty of time to try and go down and build on this lead even more. Evans will take it, rolls near side, looking deep downfield for Brumfield. He goes up and almost comes down with it as White helped dislodge it at the last moment. And Danville will take over on downs again with 1:38 to go here in the first half. So this now a golden opportunity for Danville to really put some separation between them and Tug Valley here near the end of the half. And looked like one of the receivers for Danville maybe got a couple of yards head start on that. So that'll back Danville up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Hawks. Again, they still have all 3 timeouts. So they can still run the ball, do whatever they'd like right now with those timeouts in their back pocket. Brenniger looks to go to the air, fires quickly the outside to Belcher. Belcher gets it now. He breaks free. Inside the 35, cuts back, gets by the only man that could get him, and Belcher is into the end zone. What a couple of moves by Belcher. Once you saw him get one-on-one, you felt nothing but sympathy for the only man left in front of him. And Belcher with a big touchdown there makes it 18-0 in favor of Danville. They have just taken it to the number 2 seed in this bracket, Tug Valley, so far. It's still a minute 24 on the clock here in the first half. This has been the only thing that slowed down Danville so far has been the 2-point conversion tries. They're 0 for 2. They give it off up the middle. Kennedy trying to push, but he's not going to get there. And Tug Valley holds once again on the 2-point try. But it's 18-0 now in favor of Danville. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football right here on Video Productions.
Close to that 30 mark.
Minute 24 left here in the first half. Danville has extended their lead now to 18-0. As Tug Valley will get the ball back. Still plenty of time left here in this first half, as it'll be a little squibber over to the far side, and Tug Valley able to get on top of it. So Danville's had several good onside kick attempts here today. Tug Valley, though, has alertly been able to get on top of all of them. And they'll get the ball at about the 49-yard line here with 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. But again, they turned it over on down so fast on the last possession. And then Danville was able to strike on just one play. So now, if you're Tug Valley, it's really all or nothing the rest of this game. I don't foresee any scenario where they would punt now. And now they're confused as Brumfield's been running up and down the line here trying to figure out where he's lined up. Now he gets set. Evans will take the snap out of shotgun, rolls to the far side, looks, fires, nobody home, and now a flag comes out. And it looks like going to have an illegal man downfield on Tug Valley. We'll see if Danville looks to decline this. Only a 5-yard penalty, and they will decline it. Take the down instead, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Now Evans will run to the sideline here, trying to talk to Brumfield, so evidently trying to get on the same page with him. Evans takes a snap, under some pressure, fires near his side, and incomplete as he tried to hit Hodge. And a little behind him, and now it'll be 3rd and 10. Again, Tug Valley hasn't done a great job of possessing the ball so far here today, and if they go 4 and out again, Danville still has all 3 timeouts to go along with them, and Tug Valley's got to be careful about playing their way out of this game right now. And they get the ball to start the third quarter, but they fall down much farther than this. It's going to be a very tough hill to try and climb back as Evans takes off up the middle, gets about 2 yards. Let's see if Danville elects to call for time here, and it looks like they will with 1:06 to go here in the first half, and a 4th and 8 upcoming for the Panthers. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football on Video Productions. Fourth down now for Tug Valley. They'll get it up the middle with Stroud. Let's see how close he is here. And it looks like by the mark, he's got the first down, and that is a huge conversion. But instead, it's going to come back. Oh, did not see the flag until the very end, but a false start against the Panthers wipes out the first down, and it's been that kind of a half for Tug Valley. And now you face a 4th and 13. I'm a little surprised the official elected to run the clock right there, but now the Panthers will come to the line here on 4th and 13 with 40 seconds and counting here in the first half. Evans will take it, rolls to the near side, loading up, throws deep downfield at Brumfield, but incomplete. And that'll be another turnover on downs. As Evans threw a good ball there, Brumfield had a good route. They just didn't quite hook up. And now 28 seconds on the clock, and Danville has 2 timeouts. We saw in the last possession they scored on 1 play. On that quick little bubble screen out to Belcher. And if Danville can go in right here and score, that could pretty well be a backbreaker. Brenniger will take the snap, looking, now takes off with it, and he'll be stopped right about the line of scrimmage with 21 seconds, 20 seconds, as Danville not electing to use one of their timeouts here. I'm a little surprised at that, but it looks like Danville's going to be content to take the lead into the locker room. This clock ticks down to 6, 5, 4, 3. And that will do it for the first half as Danville dominates action, leading at 18-0 here at intermission. We'll step aside for a break and be back for the start of the second half after this as you're watching Youth League semifinal football action here on Video Productions. Start of quarter number 3 here from Scott High School as Danville will kick off to Tug Valley, leading at 18-0 on 3 first-half touchdowns. This will be a high kick, comes down, fielded by Tug Valley, bringing it out across the 50. Nice little return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Tug Valley at about the 47-yard line of Danville. And if Tug Valley has any hope left here in this second half, they've got to score and score quick, as this Danville defense has been stifling. As Evans looks to hand it off, gives it to Stroud, had a big hole, and he'll get through it inside the 45, down to about the 42-yard line for a pickup of 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 here for the Panthers. From the 42 as Evans rolls out, fires deep downfield into deep coverage, and they're going to get a flag here. Yeah, it looked like good position by Kennedy on that play. But they're going to signal it against Danville. Just a little surprised by that call. It looked like Kennedy had good position, got his head around and everything, was going for the ball just as the receiver was, but Tug Valley catches a break. Danville still trying to signal that it wasn't on them. Even the players are surprised by it. And some of the Danville fans voicing their opinions on the call too right in front of us. Right now, Tug Valley needs all the help they can get, so this will push them down inside the 30-yard line. So trying to overcome this 3-touchdown deficit. They give it off to Stroud, and he's hit hard by Halley as he's delivered a couple of big blows here today. And there's another one for him as that will be a stop for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Tug Valley. Evans under center. He'll pitch it back. Stroud had to wait for it. Now makes a nice cut to get by Brenniger, but Brenniger comes back and gets him anyway. Outside the 30-yard line, back to the 31. That'll be a loss of 4 on the play. And great job by Brenniger. Just never gave up on the play. Even after that initial move by Stroud, which was a good one to get him free momentarily. So that'll be 3rd and 14 for Tug Valley from the 31-yard line of Danville. 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. Evans pitches it over for Brumfield. He'll look to throw downfield, has a man out there. It's caught. Hodge comes up with it about the 20-yard line. He's still going to be shy of the 1st down. They'll mark him at about the 19. But a big play there for Tug Valley to make this 4th and manageable now. It'll be 4th down and about 2, but now a flag down in the backfield. We're going to get a personal foul and a roughing the passer against Danville, so that will give Tug Valley a 1st down. So a couple of big penalties against Danville on this drive have moved Tug Valley now down inside the 10. They'll have it 1st and goal to go for the first time today as they wind the clock. No, he's signaling to wind the clock, and there it goes as they throw into the flat, incomplete. As he tried to hit Stroud on the play. That was a good rush by Danville, right up the gut that time. Tug Valley, if they want to have any sort of life, they've got to punch it in right here on this possession. 2nd and goal from the 9. High snap, Evans grabs it, fires a dart, but incomplete as White had good coverage on Stroud that time. And now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. 5:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is the deepest penetration Tug Valley has had all game. Trying to cash in right here after a couple of penalties against Danville. Evans looks near side, quick little screen set up, hits Brumfield. Brumfield, though, in trouble in the backfield, is just grabbing on for dear life and not letting go of him on the play with Smith. What a play by Smith as he shook loose from the blocker and got a hold of Brumfield's legs and just like a Rottweiler wouldn't let go of him. And that'll make it 4th and goal now from the 12. Tug Valley has used up 3 minutes of the clock so far here in the 3rd quarter. There's only 13 minutes remaining in this game, so Tug Valley's not going to have very many more opportunities in this contest. So you feel as if they've got to get in the end zone on this play. So Evans will go under center. He'll roll to the far side, waiting for his receivers to get down there. Now heaves towards the end zone. And incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs again for Tug Valley. And Tug Valley was wanting a call that time in the end zone. That one actually seemed like it could have been a little bit more interference than maybe the first one. But instead, it'll be Danville ball at the 12-yard line. They can start going to work on the clock a little bit as well, leading it by 18. As Danville looking to get into this championship matchup against Mingo Central next week. They're just 12 minutes and 32 seconds away from it. Brenniger will take the snap. He'll roll near side with it as blockers out in front of him. Brenniger across the 20, 25, the 30. Rumbling forward, runs over a man at the 40. Gets out to the 45, and what a man's run by Nathan Brenniger right there. As he wisely followed his blockers, then saw a man in front of him, let him have some of that punishment too. And immediately Danville out of trouble as they pick up 35 yards on 1st down. Brenniger slows things down. Now takes the snap. He'll roll near side. Flag comes down immediately as Brenniger will cut back upfield. He's across midfield inside the 45, but this one could likely be coming back. So an illegal shift called here against Danville. So that'll make it 1st and 15 with 3:56 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Again, Danville going to take as much time as they can in between plays here with this 3-touchdown lead. Come to the line of scrimmage now, 1st and 15 from their own 42. White goes in motion. They'll give it to him. It'll be a reverse to Belcher. Trying to get away in the backfield. Does from a couple defenders. Now Belcher takes off, but a flag comes down again. And that'll likely wipe out this run as well. . I think some of the Danville fans have had enough of the flags from some of the comments we heard in the crowd. But Danville will march backwards once again. On their opening drive, they were able to overcome a lot of penalties on that possession to get their touchdown. But now it's going to be first down in part of Boone County. Officially, first and 25. Brenniger goes with a quick screen over to Belcher. He'll make the grab. Belcher tries to cut inside, but good defense by Tug Valley as they stay contained and they keep Belcher to no gain on the play. So it'll be second down and long again. It's 2:25 and counting here in the third quarter. Again, the winner of this game gets Mingo Central, who hasn't lost a game over the last 2 years, looking to make it 3 years in a row, along with the championship if they can do it next week. But Danville, if they can get there, are going to try and spoil that party next week. They give it off to Belcher. Belcher takes it off the left end, and he's going to get wrapped up and brought down, but it looks like it's going to be a face mask on that far side. And another official just throws his flag for good measure. I guess he felt left out on that play and wanted to get rid of his too. But an easy call for the official on the far side on that face mask. So it's been a flag-happy third quarter so far. And this now will give Danville an opportunity. They were going to face third down and about 24, but instead now they get it all the way up to the 49-yard line. It'll be second down again, and now more movement all over the place. And this time it'll go against Danville. Well, the officials and everybody else getting their workout going forward and backward right now as they wind the clock. With 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. And even with these penalties, it still does somewhat benefit Danville. Again, it keeps the clock going without having to run a play. They've nearly got a minute off the clock just in penalties here in the last couple of moments. Brenniger will keep it himself off the left side, surges forward, still pushing, and he'll get out towards the 49-yard line. It'll set up a third down and 8 now, as we hit 1 minute to play in the third quarter. No scoring this period so far, but if you're Danville, you'd love to just get into the fourth quarter with this 3-touchdown lead and feel a little bit more at ease. Now they go with a big bunch formation up front. White will go in motion. He'll take it. He'll look to throw. Fires downfield, but Tug Valley not fooled by it. And they'll break it up as Kennedy was the intended receiver. And now it'll be fourth down and 8 for Danville. Tug Valley desperately needing a stop right here if they want to have any sort of pulse going into the fourth quarter. Brenniger will take the snap, looks to throw. He's under pressure immediately, steps to the side, now looks to run with it, turns the corner. He's got some room. Brenniger's got the first down and more inside the 30, and he's going to be brought down after the first down. And that is a back-breaking first down for Tug Valley as Danville able to keep possession and keep the chains moving. they wind the clock. That'll likely bring us to the end of the third quarter now, as Danville not in any hurry to snap the ball again, and we'll head to the final 8 minutes of play with Danville on the doorstep of a championship game berth. And when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 4 as you're watching Youth League semifinal football action here on Video Productions. Start of the fourth quarter here from Danville, West Virginia, as Danville has the ball to start the final quarter, leading at 18-0 as they give it off to White. He'll disappear into the line and plunge down to about the 23-yard line. So he'll pick up about 3 yards on the carry. Again, Danville on the verge of an A-team championship berth. Again, they made it there in the C-team division as well earlier today with a 28-14 win over Sherman. Danville's B team was eliminated last night by Tulsa. But it'll be Tulsa and Danville in the C-team championship next week. It'll be Tulsa and Logan in the B-team championship after Logan won against Chapmanville in overtime earlier today, 12-6. And Danville about 7 minutes away from setting up a date in the A-team championship with Mingo Central. As White picks up a yard on the carry. They need the 16-yard line for another first down. It'll be 3rd and 6 here for the Hawks. Belcher will take the snap this time. Fakes a pitch, rolls, looks to throw, and that'll be way over the head of White. Boy, they had that set up well, but Belcher had to hurry it with some of the pressure coming. And that'll make it 4th down and 6 here for Danville. We'll see what Danville cooks up here. Again, they converted on 4th down earlier on this drive on a big run by Brenniger. They'd love to pick up another first down and see a few more minutes wind off that clock if they can do so here. As Brenniger will be the man in at quarterback. White goes in motion. Brenniger will follow him out there. Brenniger lowers his shoulders and he dives for it and has another first down. And another big conversion for Danville as they pick up 8 on 4th and 6. And they'll continue to wind the clock now with 6.5 minutes to go. Again, Danville's been in control of this game from start to finish so far. Tug Valley had an opportunity early in the third quarter, but couldn't get points on the board. And Danville's just been running the ball down their throat since then. And White cuts back inside as a flag comes in right near the end of that run as White got all the way down to the 1-yard line. But now hold the phones and we'll check the flag. As Belcher running towards the sideline, emphatically pointing that it's against Tug Valley. We'll see if the officials agree with him or not. And it will be a face mask against Tug Valley. And Danville will decline the penalty. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-inch line now for Danville.
It's a first down at the 1 yard line.
Premature celebration up here in the booth. They wind the clock now with under 6 minutes to go. And Danville, 1st and goal from the 1-inch line, is running right into the line as Belcher, and he'll get the touchdown. And it's now a 24-0 lead for the Hawks, and that is coffin nails. This has just been a dominant performance by the Danville Hawks here today. With 5:53 to go in the 4th quarter, they are on their way to the A-Team Division Championship next week. This has been the only area they haven't been successful today is the 2-point conversion, but this time they get it as a little jump pass by Brenniger right to White. And the 2-pointer is good, and it's a 26-0 lead with 5:53 to go. Back after this as you're watching Youth League football action right here on Video Productions. Danville opens up a 26-0 lead now after the 1-yard run by Belcher as little onside gets loose, and Danville's going to fall on it. And it has been that type of an afternoon for Tug Valley as Brumfield slams his helmet in frustration on the Tug Valley side, as they've just not had anything go their way today. And Danville has just played dominant football all day long, and they've had great onside kicks today. Tug Valley's been able to cover them up. But this time Danville finally converts on one. And with 5:50 to go, Danville will go back to work on this clock. As Tug Valley had it for the first 3.5 minutes of this half. And since then, they haven't seen the ball again. To the outside goes Smith, and he takes a big hit at the end, and a flag comes in on the end of that. There's another flag in the middle of the line. So could be looking at offsetting penalties here, perhaps. I think you're going to get a personal foul on Tug Valley, and you're going to get a hold against Danville. So we do get the hold, so I'm 1 for 1. And we do get the face mask personal foul, and they are offsetting. So one of the few times I'm right. And now Danville will call for time with 5:33 to play here in the 4th quarter. We'll be back after this as you're watching Youth League football with us right here on Video Productions. Out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for Danville as Belcher will give it off, coming near side. Big hit laid on right there as Pierce Lambert gets his first carry of the game. Got it back to about the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10 with 5:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, Danville on the verge of a berth in the A Division championship game. And Tug Valley heading towards a tough loss to end their season after battling Mingo throughout most of it for that 1 seed. He nearly fell last week, had a great comeback to beat Chapmanville, but that magic's going to run out today as White will get the handoff, takes it to the outside. Nice cut back inside to the 35, and he'll get down to the 34 officially, so a gain of 7. We'll make it 3rd down and 3 here for the Hawks. Again, the ground attack for Danville today has just been lethal. Tug Valley's not been able to do much to stop them, and that's going to be the big recipe next week for Danville. Can they run the ball on Mingo and try and occupy the clock in that game? As Mingo, just nobody has been close to touching them all season long. So I'll hand it off. Kennedy takes it inside, gets tripped up. Nice tackle there by Hodge, and another flag comes flying in. As that one got thrown over towards the Tug Valley bench, and going to get a sideline warning against Tug Valley. There's literally about 6 people on the Tug Valley sideline. I don't know what had happened on that side, but it warranted a flag. So they wind the clock now with 3:45 and counting. So I'm guessing that was just a sideline warning against Tug Valley. This looks like one official trying to explain to the Tug Valley coaches where they need to be or what the flag was for. It's Belcher in at quarterback here. He'll take the snap, runs to the far side. White, his lead blocker, gets inside the 30. Belcher springs free, and Belcher to the 5 and into the end zone again. Tyler Belcher, what a game for him. And never mind, we have a flag down back at the 25, and it's going to go against Danville, so wipe the touchdown off the board. But boy, we've had so many flags here today. Pretty much in all 3 of these games, we've had a plethora of flags thrown. But that'll be a personal foul and a 15-yard penalty as they wind the clock now with 3 minutes to play here in the fourth. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. Again, Danville going to use as much time as they can. Tug Valley basically in concession mode at this point. They have all 3 of their timeouts, but down 26-0. Not a whole lot they can do going forward. And I'll let you take a guess. Another flag. And this will be a false start against Danville, so this will move them back 5 more yards. But they do wind the clock. 2.5 to go now. Again, it'll be the winner of this game against Mingo Central in the A-Team Championship next week. B-Team Championship will be Logan taking on Tulsa, and the C-Team Championship will be Tulsa against Danville. All those games going to be played presumably at Middleburg Island and Logan next Sunday, starting at 1:30 p.m. with the B-Team Championship, 3 o'clock with the C-Team, and 4:30 with the A-Team Championship. So they'll swing it out to Brenniger here on 3rd and 14. Brenniger gets inside the 40, 35-30, Cuts back and goes down inbounds inside the 25. Smart play by Brinegar. And now here we get another flag come flying in. I tell you what, these refs are going to have rotator cuff surgery at the end of this game the way this is going right now. They've been flying in from everywhere. And now you get a personal foul against Tug Valley. So I'd say it's definitely in frustration right now from the Panthers. We're down to 1:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. And that'll spot Danville officially at about the 14-yard line, just inside the 15 as they wind the clock. Oh. Down to 1.5 minutes and counting now. As Belcher will go under center, he'll take the snap and just go to a knee now. As Tug Valley has their timeouts, but as we said, just 1:07 to go. No point in even using those at this point, trailing 26-0. Danville's just 1 or 2 knees away from moving on to the championship game as Brinegar lets the clock roll down a little bit more, looking to maybe make this the last snap of the contest. So they take it under 40 seconds. This will be the last time that Danville has to snap it. As Belcher will take the knee. And that should do it here today as Danville. What a win by the Hawks here today as they eliminate Tug Valley 26-0 to move on to the title game next week against Mingo Central. So again, your championship matchups for next Sunday, it'll be Danville and Mingo Central in the A-team division, Logan and Tulsa in the B-team division, and Danville and Tulsa in the C-team division. So we want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank everyone for being here with us today on Video Productions. I want to thank Butch Mounts, the godfather and engineer and cameraman of Video Productions here today. And I'm Chris Kidd saying so long here from Danville, West Virginia, as you've been watching Youth League football action right here on Video Productions.